Today is one of those days where my living room will change in quite the dramatic way, and that's a good thing. Hello guys, how are you? David DeFranco here from daviddefranco.com with my unboxing of the Apple TV 4th generation. It's the 4th, right? Yes, 64 gigabytes in black AT&T Wi-Fi. I'm kidding. No. This is not an iPhone. But this is a very exciting product because if you guys watch me regularly, then it is no secret. I am a huge fan of my current Apple TV. I freaking love this thing. I love you, little black box, but it's time to replace your black booty with an even bigger black booty. You know. No, but seriously, you're not going anywhere. You're actually going in my bedroom. Well, I guess you are going somewhere in terms of rooms, but you're not leaving my life, Apple TV. You're simply being replaced by something bigger, literally, and better. But all of this does not mean that my Apple TV will go unused, because if you watch my Geek Update video, I will link that right below. Yes, Geek Updates are back. Then, well, you probably know by now that I'm going to continue to use my Apple TV in my bedroom on one of my existing Asus monitors if that 4K monitor review works out. More on that in a bit as things develop. So here we go, Apple TV 2015, 64 gig. Yes, I went for the big version. And yes, I am well aware of Apple's app scaling technology on the Apple TV. They take away bits, they add bits as you need them. Shout out to Aaron, what up? But I figured, why not go for 64 gigs? Because you never know what the future holds. This current Apple TV I've had for probably more than 3 years now. So, who knows? This could last me for another 3 years. Although, honestly, I'm hoping it's not that long, because the only major drawback about this Apple TV revision is that there's still no support for 4K, which hurts me a little bit. Even though I don't have a 4K display, it would have been nice if this had 4K support. But guys, it's honestly not a deal breaker. From the Siri remote to voice search to app support alone could be huge. This thing is like a computer in a little tiny box for your TV without being intrusive, which I just think is awesome. So there you go. I almost dropped it. So guys, there you have it. 4th generation Apple TV, 64 gigabytes in a much larger box than usual. But I believe the footprint is the same. It's just about double its height, I think. There I go again, waving knives around. I almost said scissors. Let's do a nice clean cut here, guys. Oh. And the unveiling. Man, Apple's so good at this. Look at this. So consistent. And yes, I show a lot of enthusiasm. I'm not your typical tech reviewer. I'm kind of a dork, but I'm proud of that. Anyway, there is the brand new remote, Siri remote, which, by the way, don't drop it. Apparently, it cracks if you drop it. I mean, it's glass, which makes sense, but you'll definitely have to be very careful with this. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I'm finally holding it. This is the product that I've been waiting for, guys. It honestly is a product that I've wanted for a long time. Okay, so there's the glass touch surface, which use to navigate. Menu button, Siri button. Play The Office Season 4, Episode 5. And it does it. That's what I wanted out of the Apple TV, and it's finally here. Play and pause button. Volume buttons, which I hope interfaces with my AV receiver, because I actually find myself turning up and down the volume quite often. And if I could only use one remote, that would be pretty cool. And yes, I realize you can technically configure third-party remotes with the Apple TV, but I don't want to do that. One, because I prefer to use Apple solution, and two, this is specifically built for this new Apple TV with the touch surface and everything. Okay, I will play with that in a bit. Oh my God, yes. The new Apple TV is significantly heavier and thicker than the old one. Is that a bad thing? No, not really, because you're not going to be holding this thing. It's just going to be sitting on your entertainment center. But it is interesting to think when you compare the 1st generation Apple TV to the 2nd and 3rd gens, they've gone from big to small to bigger. So here we go. Taking off the plastic wrap. Oh, yes. Oh, wait, hold on. There's another black thing. Come on. Boom. And finally, there's a cover on the back. Or the bottom, rather. It's booty. Nice Apple logo right there. Okay, so the 3 sides are Nike, but the back has power, which I think is required. I believe that's USB-C. Very interesting. Is this technically my first device with USB-C support? Now, don't get too excited. Apparently that's only for service, but what's gonna stop hackers from jailbreaking the Apple TV and taking advantage of that USB-C port? Who knows? HDMI out, and of course Ethernet. The major drawback a lot of people are hating about this thing is the lack of optical audio, which doesn't personally affect me because my receiver has full-on support for HDMI. But back in the day, if I found out this didn't have optical, then yeah, I'd be a little mad. But personally, it doesn't affect me whatsoever, so I see no problem in dropping optical audio. Taking out the rest of the things, we also have a very neatly coiled power cord. Very nice. And lightning cable. Boom, because the Bluetooth remotes, yes, I said Bluetooth. So long story short, that means you will have to charge this remote more often than you would the previous Apple remote. But guys, honestly, that's not a big deal in my eyes. You plug it in and you go to bed. Because apparently the battery life's about a couple months. I could be wrong, but cool. And of course you get documentation. Now the real question is, do you get Apple stickers? Oh, you do. You do. You know, it would be nice if they were black, like the ones that came in my Mac Pro, just because, you know, black on black. But Apple's all about that equality. You gotta have some whites, you gotta have some blacks. So props to you, Apple, for keeping it real. So guys, there you go. A very unprofessional, but that's me for you, a very unprofessional unboxing of the Apple TV from the comfort of my living room. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, expect many videos on this in the near future, but if you want even more details about how I feel about this thing, watch the weekend vlogs, because believe me, I will talk your head off in the weekend vlogs, and of course, in the next Geek Update. That's the beauty of Geek Updates finally making a return. I don't have to wait to the vlogs or dedicated reviews or whatever to give my thoughts. I can just sit down and talk your head off. My dad's calling me, so I'm gonna go. See you guys later, and enjoy your new Apple TV. Peace! This is Tim Cook.